What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's been a while since we've made a video on the VStar 650 bobber build. Where I left it last, I was going to use a spiked intake and make up my own mount for it. I think I've scrapped the idea. I had it fit to the side and I mocked it up, and it didn't really fit the look of the bike I was going for. So I think I'm gonna go back to the stock filter, and that's kind of where I'm at with the filter right now. But the other problem I was running into was the rear fender. When I had cut it, there's two layers and they kind of have a separation going. So what I think I've got figured out for this, I'm gonna use some round stock, and I'm just gonna follow the edge all the way around, right down to where it meets up at the swing arm. And I think I'll be able to weld the bottom and the top side, and I think it'll keep it closed. That's really what I want. You don't want this ugly looking edge there. So we're gonna do that, see if it looks nice and clean. We'll get some tacks on it, get it shaped up. I picked a smaller diameter. This is 1/4 inch, I believe. Yeah, 1/4 inch. So I went small because I want it to be nice and neat and clean looking, but I might go up one size, but we'll get the fender off and get it tacked into place and see what it looks like and decide from there. All right, guys, I'm gonna save you the reading material here. So what I've done is, you'll see a little clip of video where I'm threading in a bolt into an existing hole that was used for the pillion pad. Basically, I just put that in there to throw in the vise, so I'm able to spin this to get a better angle at some of the rod here. When I started the rod, I measured the rod, found center, and then I eyeballed center on the fender, and that was my starting point. From there, I've worked out on the edges evenly, and I've used the heat of welding to be able to manipulate the rod mostly by hand. The hardest part I've found so far has been this long sweep through where, it sits over the tire. But as I heat it up, I actually welded a longer bead here to kind of heat the rod up. And then you'll see the clip before this where I use a hammer, and I'm gonna continue to do the same thing. I'm gonna do a little bit of a longer bead through here where it's already flush. And that will be able to, let me use the hammer through here, and I'll be able to finish right at this clean edge here. I'm gonna run the rod and cut it right at the edge and just shave it so it looks like it kind of follows into this contour, because it'll be hidden by the fender struts anyways. So that's kind of a basic understanding of how I'm doing this. I'll do the same thing on this other side, and then we're gonna close up the fender strut, and that should be it for the rear fender. All right, guys, you seem to like the short and sweet approach to all this. So finished up the fender, really loving the quarter round. It cleaned up the edges, made everything look nice and clean. Put the rigidity back into the fender. So if you wanted, you could throw a passenger seat on there. I probably personally won't, but I know some of you guys out there, you know, like to take the wives and the girlfriends. So definitely worth it if you're going to have a passenger. Finished up the right hand fender strut, got it all welded in. Gonna throw in a little bit more filler there, but other than that, that's pretty much finished. As far as paint goes, I'm really digging the bare steel look, but there is a rat rod I seen, and I'll post a pic here. Basically all they did was they did a rustic look, and they left all the welds and seams open, bare steel. I'm really liking that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I gotta thank everybody. We're almost at 300 subscribers now, in between working a full-time job and taking on all these builds, and I have 5 kids to look after at the same time. I mean, I'm doing the best I can, and you guys are really, really supporting me really well. So let's keep this going, and join me next time. Thanks, guys.